in terms of, like I said about Mo Salah, there's only been 2 players that have reached 30 goal involvements in a single Premier League season in fewer than 20 appearances. Both were for Liverpool. In terms of Mohamed Salah this season with 18 games, and Luis Suarez in 13-14. And I do think with Mo Salah, I'll go back to obviously this point in terms of Mo Salah being magical. For me, there isn't a player at the minute in the Premier League that can match him. In my honest opinion, again, he for me is on course to win a Ballon d'Or. And he's on course to break every record going. And I think the debate now with Mo Salah isn't, is Mo Salah the best Premier League right winger of all time? That isn't the debate anymore, because it's clear. Mo Salah is the best. I think there will now be conversations, certainly if Liverpool win the league this season and Mo Salah is the guy to lead Liverpool to that. I do think Liverpool will go on to win the Premier League now. I've said it. We're over the halfway point of the league. We've got that gap. In terms of, again, Liverpool being ahead now by 8-9 points. I think it's not too damaging now to say Liverpool are favourites to win the league. But I also think Mo Salah, we need to start having the conversation of him being one of the best ever in the Premier League. Now, taking, of course, the Liverpool bias out of it, I've always said it. For me, the best player ever in the Premier League and Premier League history is Thierry Henry. And it is, for me. But I feel now Mo Salah's name should be along that conversation, and it should be. By the end of this season, Mo Salah's going to have more goals and more assists than Thierry Henry this season. He's already got more assists already, but he's going to have the same amount of Premier Leagues. And, look, I might get shouted out for this, but I generally think Mo Salah needs to be in that conversation, in terms of being up there, in terms of the best. Again, people won't give him that credit, and they still don't. You see, journos and pundits, and they'll go, Mo Salah's good, but he's not great, and this, that, and the other. No, he is a great football player. He is one of the greats. And it's not only Liverpool great, he is a Premier League great. And I think the more he keeps doing what he's doing, I think the more and more people now are starting to realize, look, Mo Salah is one of the best ever in the Premier League. People won't recognize his greatness until he leaves, until he finally leaves Liverpool or retires, which will hopefully be the case. He'll retire at Liverpool. But I think it is about time everybody starts respecting Mo Salah for what he is, because at the minute, he's the best player in the Premier League. He's been doing it now consistently for 8 seasons, and he's only getting better. And that's a scary thought. The fact that he's 31, 32, going on and performing the way he is, again, it's absolutely brilliant. And long may it continue as well anyway.